Today is my weekly whip and chat, so grab something that you want to work on, or you can treat this like a podcast, and let's get started. Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie, and I am going to be working on this diamond painting, and this is called Dragon Seasons by Emma Casey, and it is from Enabler's Outpost. It is a 50 by 235 centimeters. I have finished spring, so now I am starting to work on summer, which is down here. I also have a summer tray that I've just gotten, and it came from Bijou Bliss. That one's really cute, and I will be using the same pen that I've been using, which rather matches. So let's go ahead and get started. I am also using Joy's putty, and I love this putty. It is absolutely perfect to use with ABs. The ABs do not adhere to your pen and not want to come off when you're trying to diamond paint, so that has been super duper nice. And I am just going to pick a color and let's get started. If you're not familiar with a whip and chat, that is a work in progress. And you can either listen like you would a podcast, or you can diamond paint with me, or if you would like to work on some other craft or even clean your house. I am here for about an hour normally, and I will just chat about different topics, things that I've done over the week, and just, diamond painting things, and just really whatever. It just kind of depends. I don't have any plans. I don't have any type of a teleprompter or anything like that. It's just whatever I come up with. And I do have notes of what happened during the week, what I want to talk to you guys about. But first of all, how are you guys doing? Did you have a really nice weekend? Do anything special? Or did you have some time where you were able to diamond paint? We had a very quiet weekend here, which I was really excited about. It's been a kind of a crazy week, but we were able to relax some over the weekend and just really didn't do a lot. My husband did some things around the house, and he was able to finally get some things done. He didn't have to go in to work. No one called him in, so that was definitely a plus. But let me know how you guys are doing too, because I am actually worry about different ones in my channel and want to make sure that everyone is okay. I did post a video on Saturday, and if you missed it, then I will put it up in the top of the eye. And that one was of my progress on this diamond painting. I am changing colors here to see what exactly color I want to do next. Let me see. I don't know why I have such a hard time deciding. I usually don't when I'm doing this by myself, but anyway, I did just an update on how far I've gotten on this one, and it shows all of spring and that I'm going into summer. I did a short review of how I feel about the canvas so far, and I am loving this one. If you are on the fence on this one, that you really liked it, you wanted to get it, but you thought it was just too big, honestly, I have it rolled up, so it does not feel that large to me. But now it's going to be interesting, because since I have completed spring, I do have the sections that I have not done rolled up, but I have the sections I have completed, that's unrolled, And so I'm going to start running out of table space. I have my credenza, which is it's a diamond painting tower, and it is on my desk. It is currently empty. So I may have to move that so I can keep scooting this painting over. And I have a couple more feet I could do. But then after that, I'll just have to hang off. I'm going to take a drink of coffee really quick. All of a sudden, I started getting a tickly throat. Don't want to start coughing. But this one is going to be one of those that I am going to hang up. Since it is so long, I'm going to have my husband make me some stretcher bars. And then I'm just going to put it above my IKEA Kallax, which is a cube storage system. And I thought, well, I'll do that. And so I know exactly where I'm going to put it once I finish it. I should have put some more putty on here because I used this pen quite a bit yesterday and on Saturday as well. Today's Monday for me. And I have not had to refill my putty yet. So I kind of need to just move the putty around, kind of spread it out a little bit, and I think I'll be okay. But this putty does last a very long time. I didn't diamond paint as much as I wanted to on Sunday. I had planned on diamond painting pretty much all afternoon. But all of a sudden, I had gotten a massive headache. I don't know what happened. I woke up and my head was bothering me a little bit. I did take something and then I laid back down. I woke up and it was even worse. And so as the day progressed, it became worse and worse. So I wasn't able to diamond paint as much as I really wanted to. But I did quite a bit of diamond painting on Saturday. I just kind of got everything done on Saturday morning that needed to be done around the house. And I did work on this one quite a bit. And I was going to go ahead and do some videos so they would be ready for the week. And then I could tell you guys exactly what I was going to have for videos. And ended up not doing that. So I'll be working on videos today. And hopefully I can get my videos between today and tomorrow. I'd love to have all the videos done. I need to get ahead of schedule so that way I will have videos ready when I do go on the retreat. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and do something about my putty. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but it looks like I'm going to have to add some putty if I want to multi-place. But I'm hoping that I can get videos prepared early because the week that I go on the retreat, I'm going to be really busy between work and packing. I know I won't pack until the last minute. That's just me. That's what I do. And then I'll probably pack and repack, trying to get everything in there the way that I want it in my suitcase. But anyway, I won't have a lot of time to devote to making videos and to also edit and get them up. But I'd really like to have that done. So hopefully I'll be able to do that between this weekend and next weekend is the plan. Today my husband he took a day off from work. And he purchased an older car sometime last year, actually. Actually, it was in July of last year. And he purchased a car. It may have been even earlier than that. But anyway, not that that matters. But it's an older car. He wanted to get an older car and to work on it. And to make it, look new again. He enjoys puttering around with cars, that kind of thing. And he got this car, and I think that this one is a lot more than what he had bargained for, to be honest. Of course, he will never tell me that. But I think that it is just more of a hassle than really what he even had expected. And he has been looking for some interior parts for his car. He is going to have to get new seats for the front and the back, and also the side panels on the car. I guess all four sides of the front and the back. And he's going to replace carpet, getting a new steering wheel. I mean, a lot of the things. And so he cannot find what he needs in our area. He's been looking for a while. He has found some parts to an older car that's just like his, that was actually in a junkyard, but they say that it has really good parts. The only downside to that is that it is in North Carolina, and we are in Georgia. So he is going today. He's already left. He left about 5:30 this morning, going to North Carolina to pick up all these parts. And it is supposed to rain. So he's taking his truck. He's got some tarps. And he also has a trailer that's on his truck. It is an open trailer, so it's not going to help if it rains. So hopefully he will not get in too bad rainstorms or anything, and that he will get home fairly safe with his stuff, but where everything won't get ruined. But he had already put a deposit on it, and he has already gotten someone to take his place at work today because he's the only one that is in his area. So in case he has anybody coming in needing a part or whatever, he's got to have somebody there. So he's already had all that taken care of. And so he said he's going to go ahead and go today and hope for the best. And so I hope that when he gets there, it's not raining. And it takes him about 4 hours to get where he's going. And he's taking an older truck. He just likes older vehicles. And so I really hope that this truck makes it. I told him if he wanted me to go, that I could take off work today and go with him. But his truck does not have AC. I really do not want to go in his truck. I will have a massive headache when I come home if I get overheated. And he knows that. He said, there's no point in you just going just to keep me company in the car. He said he'd go by himself, and I'll just stay here with Paige and our animals. And now I kind of wish that he would have gone yesterday and just stayed in a hotel somewhere close by there. So that way he wouldn't have to drive 3.5, 4 hours up there. Then he's going to have to wait a couple of hours for them to get all the parts off of the car. And then he'll be able to drive back home. He even mentioned last night that he wished that he would have decided to go ahead and to go yesterday instead of having to get up at 5 o'clock this morning and get ready to head out. But he didn't mention that until it was around 10 o'clock last night. So, of course, by then it was too late. Then it started storming here. And he wouldn't have left that late anyway. That would have just been too much on the road. So I hope that he can get what he needs and get back on the road and hopefully not get wet, not get his things wet, and that he gets everything that he wants, because he is just going by photos and what they are telling him when he called, that it is in good condition. He did tell them that he was coming from Atlanta area and that he didn't want to go all the way down there if it's not what he wanted. And they assured him that everything looks good, that it was in a wreck, but he's not getting the car. He's just getting car parts, and everything that he wants is good. It was just the actual frame of the car is beat up, and as well as I think that part of the windshield was busted out. And so, of course, he doesn't need that either. So I think that he'll be okay. But the car that he purchased, I don't know why he didn't really think about it, or it was one that he had been looking at for a while, the type of car. And when he finally saw it, he went ahead and got it. But his car, just, you open the door and it will almost knock you down. The smell is just overpowering in his car. And he has had his car detailed, and that helped a lot, but not enough. And he also had the doors open for the last year, off and on, and and the windows down, and it is just absolutely pungent. So he's going to have to replace everything inside and hope that he can get rid of that smell. So today I will just be working, and I'm hoping that I can diamond paint some. I am trying to get 4 sections of this one done every day. Or not every day, I wish, every week. And that way I should be able to finish this within 5 months, if not sooner. This weekend, I started working on this one, and I didn't want to stop. So I've already gotten actually 2 rows done. And once I finish this row, though, I have this one plus one more small section that you see, and I will go back and work on my other diamond painting. So I am working on 3 right now. I work on 1 at night, and I'm almost done with that one. And I can't decide if I want to do another smaller diamond painting to take outside with me, or if I want to just work on some Paint Jam minis for a while. I really need to do that because I'm getting so many paint gems, and I'm going to start running out of space of where I'm going to put them. So I think I better do at least 1 set that I already have kitted up, and then go back to another diamond painting. I like to work on rounds in the evenings and something small, because we do sit outside. If it's a decent night, we'll sit outside and from dinner time on, and I have a couple hours that I can work on a diamond painting. And I do work on a small lap tray, and so it just works out better if I do something small. And that is my evening painting only. And then I have another one that I switch up with this one, which right now, this should have been one I'm doing in the background, but I'm just having so much fun with this one that I don't want to stop working on it. And it goes really, really fast. So that's definitely a plus. Now, this section that I'm working on with you guys has a little bit more confetti in it than the other sections that I've been working on, which is fine. That's why I'm changing colors a little bit more. I'm trying to also stay in an area which will be easy for everybody to see. Let's see. Doing white now. We have had a week of food failure. And it's really funny, but I like to try at least twice a month, if not more. I like to try new recipes. Usually they are really good, or they're okay. It's something that, you know, we'll eat, but maybe it's one that we're iffy if we ever want to fix it again. Well, it wasn't even an iffy. I found something on Pinterest. They had gotten really good reviews. It sounded really good. And so I thought, well, let me do this. It's something different, something fast and easy. And with my husband and my daughter, both are fairly picky. And so that's part of the problem. But even I didn't like it. But my husband is a very southern type of a guy where he likes basically meats, potatoes, some veggies, but he doesn't like anything, as he calls it, over the top. Basically, if it's not southern, he's not going to want to eat it. But he doesn't like a lot of fried food, so that's definitely a plus because I don't like to fry food. Even though I was born and raised very southern. My mother, that's all she knew how to cook. Everything that she cooked was pretty much fried. Fried chicken, fried pork chops. It was just fried. And I don't really like fried food. One thing, it's not really good for you. And I have high cholesterol anyway, so I surely do not need fried food. And I don't know what it is, but my oldest is 22. She's almost 23, actually. And ever since that I was pregnant with her, you know, many years, I don't know what it is, but when I smell fried food, it just bothers me. I do not like the smell of food frying. I do not like the smell of our kitchen after food has been frying. So I very, very seldom will fry food. So my husband wanted pork chops this past week. He wanted fried pork chops, and okay, I said, okay, I'll do it. But, you know, I'm not crazy about it, but he never asked for anything. He just eats usually whatever I fix. So I did that. That was one of the nights that the food was good. And my daughter loved it. So we had some leftovers, so we're going to have those sometime. I put those in the freezer. Well, then the next night I decided I'm going to try a new dish. And I'm not crazy about meatloaf. That was probably an indicator that I should have just steered away from this particular recipe. But I thought these were meatloaf cups. And it didn't really sound like meatloaf. And so I went ahead and they were made in a cupcake pan. Or, you know, you could use it also as like, you know, cornbread muffins. And so I thought this will be something different. It's meat. I'm sure my husband will like it. So I cooked it and I went by the recipe. My husband does not like fried onion, you know, onions that have been cooked, not fried, but onions that have been cooked in with food. Does not like cooked onions. So I did not put onions in there, but I used some onion powder. My daughter doesn't like onions either, so left those out. And to me, it was extremely plain. And everybody was raving about this recipe on Pinterest. So I thought, I don't understand why they're liking it. It, to me, had no flavor. But on top of that, I'm really funny about texture in my food. And I just didn't like the texture of this. And it was cooked, it was done, but it just, for me, just didn't do it. And so Paige took like 3 or 4 bites and she's like, do you like this? And if I tell her no, it doesn't matter if it is her favorite meal ever. She is not going to eat it because Mom said it was okay. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's all right. And my husband could tell my face. No, I didn't think it was all right. And so Paige took like 2 or 3 bites of it, and she's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I don't like this. So she went in and she fixed her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I'm like, that's fine. And so I kept eating a little bit more, and I'm like, I asked my husband, do you like this? And he's like, yeah, I think it's okay. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I ate like half of mine. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I just can't. And I don't think it was even half. So I ended up just having veggies that I had cooked and some mashed potatoes. So that was my dinner. And my husband actually ate it. He's like, I don't want any more, but he said, I think it's pretty good. And then he said, you plan on cooking this again? Do you want to save the leftovers? And I'm like, I don't want to save the leftovers. Do you want to? And he's like, yeah, let's save the leftovers. Well, then went ahead and saved it. And then later on, he's like, I think we ought to throw the leftovers away. I'm not a fan. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? So that was one epic fail. So I marked that one off on Pinterest. Took that one off of my pen. I'm like, no, I don't think that this is going to be something that I ever want to cook again. And then the next night, my husband has a Blackstone grill, and one of his friends told him on his grill, he's like, have you ever tried making this on the grill? And my husband's like, nope, never have done that. And so he's like, it's very, very good. And it was basically an omelet. So my husband's like, okay. So he said, this sounds really good. Let's do this, and it'll be something different. Well, okay, fine. So he went ahead and he did everything on the grill, made a huge, huge mess that took absolutely forever to clean up on the grill. And we took 2 bites of it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. He took 2 bites of it, and he threw his in the trash. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So I threw mine in the trash. So then we ended up eating that night ham sandwiches. So then the next day, I'm like, we don't need to try anything else. So we had we had tacos. Okay, we can do tacos tonight. I'm not trying anything new. Well, then over the weekend, my husband said, well, I've got another thing I want to do on the Blackstone. And he said, this is pizza. I'm like, okay. So he did the little pizzas, and he burnt the bottom, which was the crust. And then it started pouring down rain. So he's like, nope, this isn't going to work tonight. So then we ended up ordering pizza. So I'm like, okay, for this week, when I go to the store and I decide on our meal planning for the week, it is not going to be anything new. It's going to be our tried and true, what we normally cook. But I think that if he hadn't have burnt the crust of the pizza, it would have been fine. And we had plenty more, bought extra, just in case. But then when it started raining and storming, he's like, well, I can't grill out now. And we were all starving. And Paige said, well, I was really in the mood for a pizza. So then my husband's like, fine. So he went and picked us up a pizza. So anyway, it was win-win because we had something different. But it was like, okay, even the best laid plans sometimes goes awry. Another night for dinner, he didn't come home until really late. And so he called me. He's like, there's no point in you cooking for just you and Paige unless you just really want to. I'm not going to make it in for dinner. And so I ended up just going and picking something up for us. And she was happy about that because I let her choose. But I thought, we just have not had any wins last week for meals. So this week I am just going to have things that are in the freezer that we need to eat anyway. But I want something easy. I want it to be a very quiet week to where I'm not spending a lot of time in the kitchen, which I usually don't anyway during the week. Because by the time that I work, my husband, by the time he gets home, you know, he is tired and he helps me clean up the kitchen. And I told him not to because he has to drive so far. But he doesn't want to leave me with the kitchen by myself. And which, you know, is very nice. I do appreciate that. But we do try to go very easy on dinners. But it just was not a win for us for dinners. And now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. But usually, if I cook something that is new, I'll usually do it on the weekends. But it was during the week. I really should stop and put more putty in. I just don't want to stop diamond painting. I have Molly in a different room, and she is not happy because she is in a different room from me. She hears me talking. Paige is still asleep. We've had the worst weather here lately. Right now, I am working on the head of the summer dragon. Let's see. I am going to change out my putty. I think I have it with me. Yes, I do. I'm going to change out my putty really quick. And right now, I am using glue dots in my single placer. I did order some more glue dots because I'm starting to get low. And I've had these glue dots for at least 2 years. I probably have more than what I think I do. At least I'm pretty sure I do. But I just don't want to run out and then I have to use something else for my single. Very top here, it's hard for me to see. Up at the top, I can do this over here. I'm trying to work on this one section and just do all of the symbols for that one section. Yes, I got my putty straightened out now. That's awesome. I am using a light pad. And I don't always use a light pad. And if I use overhead lights too much, then it produces a really bad glare when I am filming. So I am trying my best not to have a glare for you guys that want to see what I'm doing. I didn't think very many people watched. Now I'm kind of getting a complex thinking, am I good enough when you're watching? Some of these are just sprinkled in here. I think this section's definitely going to take longer than the spring section. I've actually heard that a couple of other people have said that as well. And as long as I have this finished by before May the 1st, 2025, I am good with it because that is my husband and I have a little bet going on that I will not get this finished before then. And I'm going to finish it by the end of this year, hopefully before. I still have some diamond paintings that I am going to sell, and I need to go through and take photos, and honestly, I just have not taken the time to do it. It is really pure laziness, I guess, on my part that I have not taken the time to take photos, but I am going to do that sometime this week. That's the plan. And I haven't decided if I want to just take photos and put them on the 2 groups that I have, the Crafty Diamond and then also on Josephine Wall. that group, but I just don't know if I want to do that or if I just want to do a video and have the video for you guys. More than likely, I will end up just taking photos because if they don't sell, then I can put them on a de-stash site. And I like all of them. I could easily keep them. My husband came down this weekend and into my craft room, and he said, what's all of this that you have over here in the corner? And so I said, that's ones I'm planning on selling. And he's like, why don't you just keep them? You bought them. And I said, yes, but I'm starting to run out of room, and I really need to de-stash because I don't want to have this many, and who knows when I'll be able to get them done. And if we decide to move next year, then I want to make sure that I have quite a bit de-stashed so I have a place to put them. And he's like, well, that doesn't really matter. We'll figure it out. That he said, I don't want you to feel like that because we're talking about moving, that you have to sell everything. And I said, no, that's not it. It's just the fact that when I look at all of these, I have no idea when I do finish them, if I ever get around to finishing all of them, where am I going to put them for starters? The ones that are not too large, I can put them in binders, or I can even do something that Kay has suggested and showed me how she does hers, and that would be a really good idea as well. And then I can actually see them, but it's the fact of when am I going to have time to do all of these paintings? And like he said, I've already paid for them. I like them. If I don't like them, then yeah, I can de-stash. But I like all of them or I wouldn't have bought them. And when I was going through my stash, there's not one in there that I wouldn't want to do. Now, last year there were. And so I did sell quite a few of those, gave quite a few away. But now I look at my paintings, I'm like, yeah, I do want to do that. I just don't know when. It's not going to be something immediate. If I didn't have this one, would I be sad? Would I go searching for it? And pretty much the answer was no on about 25 paintings. So I will go ahead and see about sending those out. I do have the ones that I sent out last week. There have been a couple that told me they've already gotten theirs in, and it was shipped well, and there wasn't any problems, and I was really excited because I always worry if I ship something, is it going to get there okay? It's going to be damaged? Because if it's damaged, all that I can do, is offer money back. I can't offer another painting of the same one because I obviously don't have that. I don't have two of the same thing. Although I have done that before. I'm like, I must have really liked this painting because I bought it twice. But I am definitely more careful. I don't do that now like I used to because I do use Jim's Flow app. I also have a spreadsheet. And if I'm not sure of something, I will check on my spreadsheet to see if I've already bought it. See if it's in my stash. I'm also putting photos at the end of my boxes. If it doesn't come with one, putting a photo at the end of my box so that I can see when I go into where I keep all of my diamond paintings for storage, I can look at the box and I can see exactly what I want to work on. And I did put a survey out this past week and asked, how do you determine what your next project's going to be? And got quite a few responses. And there's some that are, very similar. And then there was one that I really liked that chooses If they choose more than one and they just cannot decide, then they will put those that they want to work on into a random wheel picker and let the wheel choose what they want to work on the paintings that they couldn't decide. Thought that's a really good idea. And then Rebecca with Add More Zest, she does all of her paintings that way. And she has several wheels, and then when she finishes a painting, she will do a random wheel picker, and it will pick a painting, and that's what she does. And that's a really good idea too, if you just can't decide. I kind of know right now what my next 2 or 3 are going to be. I really want to work on a landscape. It has been a while since I have worked on a landscape. And I don't know if I want to work on the one that's in my stash that I started on last year, House on the Cliff, or if I want to start on something else. House on the Cliff is really large. And once I finish this painting and then my other one too that I'm working on, both of those are large. I don't know if I want to do another large painting. I want to do something that, and what I'm saying by large, it is, I think it's at least 95 centimeters. It's a big one. I wouldn't mind going with maybe 75 centimeters. So we'll have to just see. But I also need to work on what's in my stash, what's in my WIPs. And that one, it's not even half complete, but I'd say it's about 25% complete. And that one's going to be really, really pretty. So I may go ahead and start working on that one once I finish the 2 that I have out now. I did order, I was kind of bad. I did order from Art and Soul this past week. They were having a sale, and they are going to have all of the Hannah Lynn's and more from what Diamond Art Club released. And so there was one that I did not have, and I ordered that one. And I also spoke to one of the owners, and I had asked about the Wizard of Oz collection because I have 3 of those from Diamond Art Club, but I don't have a 4th one that I'm missing. And so she said, yes, we're definitely going to be getting that one in, and they're going to be getting another one in that would be part of, that would go with that one. And Diamond Art Club didn't have that one. So I'm like, okay, I gotta start saving because I am loving Hannah Lynn. I just love her. I love the way that the rendering is, and I have several of hers. I don't know why, but I am just drawn to that kind of artwork. So I thought I better start saving my money, and they are a very good quality company. A fairly new company in the diamond painting world, but I think with them getting so many artists that they're getting lately, top artists, that they are going to really be successful. At least I hope that they are going to be successful. I think they're going to be another one of those #1 companies that we all really gravitate towards. I have one of theirs. I'm working on it now. But I haven't got to spend much time on it because of this one and my other one that I'm working on from Calming Canvas. So once Calming Canvas is completed, then that one's going to move into that spot for me. Unless one of my Hannah Lynn's come in. I ordered Hannah Lynn and also ordered another one that I thought was adorable. I did order a couple of paintings from Oraloa that has recently come out, and those have come in. Not sure when I'm going to get to the unboxing. And I keep going back and forth. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of people really are not into unboxings, and I totally get it. If I watch an unboxing, then I am more likely to really want the painting, or I want to go and I'll just say, oh, let's just go and check out their website. I hadn't bought from them in a while, and then I'll see something that I want. So I'm kind of staying away from unboxings unless it's like an unboxing and a kitting up. Then, I definitely like those because it's something I can listen to while I diamond paint. But as far as me watching unboxings, I don't always do that. So let me know if you'd like to see some unboxings. I definitely want to do one with Art and Soul so you guys can see what all they offer. I have done one in the past of an owl, and that's the one that I really want to get back to. Love the colors, love their drills. It's like I can only work on so many at a time. And I've tried working on multiples. I am really scaling back on that and just trying to stay with one that I'm doing in the background, which is this one, and then another one that I'm working on. And right now I'm working on all rounds. So I need to, or I'm going to want to, let's put it that way, when I get to where I'm ready to start on another painting, and it's going to be a square, because I worked on so many rounds lately. But my Josephine wall that I finished was a square. And I thought, well, it's okay. I can do these rounds. It just happened to work out that way that I'm doing all rounds. And yeah, rounds are faster, but I like me some squares. The paint gems are squares, so I can definitely get my square fix in by doing one of those. And I am doing the museum edition. I thought I want to participate, but I don't want to participate in Summer with the Masters. I do not want another large canvas for Summer with the Masters. I'm just not ready to do that. So with me working on all these other larger ones. So that is working out perfect. And I wanted to get those done anyway. I did purchase, I made more purchases than I should have, I guess, now that I think about it. Another purchase from Paint Gems. They came out with 4th of July edition, and I did get that. And it's already here. I mean, I ordered it this past week, and it's already here. So I got some putty that came off. It's okay. I can get that up with some tweezers. May not show through. I'll have to see. But I did get that one, and I will be showing that not this week, probably next week. I haven't even opened it yet, but it did come in on Friday. And they ship, I don't know where they ship from, but they ship so quickly. I mean, I ordered it, and then very next day, it was already out. And had, and then it was already on the way here. And then I got it. I couldn't believe I got it so fast. And I do get a discount with Paint Gem Minis. They also offered a discount, so that was definitely helpful. And if you want to check out Paint Gem, I do have a code that I'm going to put below. It's always there. You can use it one time. It's the only downside. It's one time only. But feel free to use that code. It will get you a discount. And you can only use one code at a time. But a lot of times if you go to the Paint Gym website, they are having sales and it's already marked down. And if they're already marked down, you can also use a code and it can save you even more money. So that's when I normally will do it too. And I don't know why, I just love these little paint jams. I think they're just really cute. They are perfect to take outside. Or take if you're going on a trip. They are really nice to just throw in a bag and just take it with you. Changing colors again. I always put way too much in my tray. I don't know why, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna have to, I'll just put it back in there. But I often do that. I will put way too much in my tray, but I love how with Bijou Bliss, I love how the drills line up perfectly, and pouring this back into my containers, it's so easy. I don't make a huge mess. It goes directly into the bottles, which is super nice because I really don't want to have to take time out and put drills up. Why I'm single placing this right now, I do not know. I am really looking forward to getting to the fall on this one. Fall is my favorite season, and I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be a month or two probably. And then when I go on the retreat, I'm not taking this one. So I will not work on it that week because I'll leave early on a Wednesday morning to go to the Great Lakes retreat. I see where underneath the retreat group, just for any retreat, they do have a Southeast. I just dropped my pen. Glad it landed in my lap. They have a Southeast retreat that someone is planning. It's going to be in Virginia. And they've got a couple of retreats that they've planned. And they're also going to have a cruise that they're planning. Now, I don't know about the cruise part. That might be fun, but I don't know if I want to spend the money for a cruise and then I'm going to be just somewhere in a room diamond painting, which I would like to diamond paint, but I don't want diamond paint exclusively on a cruise. I thought that was kind of interesting though. So what do you guys think about that? Would you consider a cruise as part of a diamond painting retreat? I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest, but I always take so much on a cruise anyway. And it's a 4-day cruise, I think. 4 days and 3 nights or something like that. Maybe it's 3 days, 4 nights. No, I don't know. Anyway, so I guess it would be nice because, everything is inclusive except for drinks, I'm sure. But I just don't know because I guess during the day it would be okay to diamond paint and do whatever. But then if I'm going on a cruise, I want to enjoy what is offered with the cruise, such as the nightlife and different things like that. So I don't know. Plus, if I went on a cruise, I don't think I would want to take a regular size diamond painting. But I don't guess there's much difference to be sitting in a room at the Great Lakes retreat in Ohio than it is to sit on a cruise. I don't know. I guess it's might be something to do one time, but I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. So let me know what your thoughts are. Is that a U or an N? Let's see, I'm looking at this. I'm actually looking at this towards me. this time. I'm constantly flipping this around, so I have to look and see, which way is this going? Because I am a flipper, I do flip my paintings around so I can get closer to what I am working on. Let me know what you guys think about a cruise. I'm just curious. Let's see, any lowercase in. There was another one that I think they're doing for next July, 2025, but you have to pay separate for your room. You have to call and make reservations for the room, I believe, and then you pay the person that is doing the retreat for the retreat amount. That could get a little dicey, I think. They said that food is included with the room fees. So I'm not sure what's included with the, I think it's $125. Probably just the actual retreat portion where they have to get, everything together. They're paying for the room that's hosted in, and maybe some swag, which is usually free. So I don't know. I just can't get over the cruise part on that one. That one's after. I'm not sure when it is, but that is separate from the other July retreat that they're doing. So there's options out there. Virginia is still a little far for me. I would still I'd drive if I went to Virginia. But I'm not doing anything else the rest of this year. Well, I am, but that's the only thing I'm doing that is related to diamond painting. I'm doing good to go on one retreat a year. I can't go on more than one. I'm doing really good to do that. I need to get that off. I'm not going to take time to do that now, but I had some putty that came off of my pen. I had it over too far. I will just do that after the fact and get my tweezers and just get that off. It's no big deal. We are going to see my oldest in August. Paige and I are going to go. And I'm flying again then. So I am going to have kind of an active summer. And then my best friend and I are going to be going to Scrapbook Expo in July for 2 days. And they're opening soon the registration. And I still haven't seen their classes yet. They have not posted them. Usually they did it a month in advance. And last year it was just a couple of weeks. And now I guess it's days. But it's going to be hard to register us if I don't even know what classes that they're offering. I do know that we will do both of the crops, and I will take a diamond painting with me. More than likely, I'm just going to take 2 different sets of paint gems to that one. Last year, I took a jaded gem shop, and everybody was stopping and talking to me and asking me questions about diamond painting. And that was fun, but it did take up a lot of space in my little bag that I take. I ended up carrying the diamond painting. I put those in one of the tubes that I'd gotten from Craftably. And that was just more that I have to take. And it's kind of a walk to the car. Then when I buy other things, and it just, I don't think I'm taking a diamond painting this time. I could work on some cards, but that means I had to prepare in advance, and I don't know if I'm going to have time. So it's going to be kind of a crazy summer. And then the ending to that will be going to South Dakota, which we have never been. And I haven't seen Madison since Christmas, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing my daughter. It's hard having her away. But once she finishes and gets her nursing degree, they are going to be moving back somewhere in Georgia or possibly North Carolina. They're not sure yet, but it's going to be probably next year or early part of 2026. So I just have to just be patient. But I don't think after this year that Paige and I will be going to South Dakota, because we'll see Madison in May when she gets married. And then we may end up making a short trip next year. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. So I'll tell you, it's expensive to travel no matter where you go now. It seems like I was surprised at how much I had to pay for airfare. And for two of us, so that doesn't help either, having to pay for two of us. And then I'm having to pay for a hotel. We are staying in a nice, really nice hotel. When I normally wouldn't pay that much to stay in a hotel, especially for 5 days, but they have an indoor-outdoor pool, and Paige loves to swim. She hasn't gotten to swim in a couple of years, and so I thought, you know what, why not? I never really go anywhere with her, and it's going to be our little vacation, just the two of us. And of course, Madison there too, but it's just the two of us traveling together. So it's going to be an experience. She's already telling me what all she's going to take with her. And so I told her, you know what, that's fine. You can take whatever you want to, but you're going to have to carry it. I'm not going to carry your bag for you. You're just going to have to do it yourself because I have my own things. So now she's rethinking of what all she's going to take. I think she'll take her computer. Let's see. I am trying to think. There was something else that I wanted to tell you guys. And I am not sure what that was. Patsy Putty is going to have an event either in August or September. I'm going to be moderating that for her. It is going to be a small canvas. We haven't really decided on a theme yet, and may not even have a theme. Maybe it's anything goes as long as it's a 30 by 40. Or if you wanted larger, you could, but it has to be completed by the end of the event. But I'm not sure yet. So we are still working on everything. But if you are not in that group, I will put Patsy putties in there. Her putty smells so good, and she has drops on Friday nights. She does have some that she keeps in stock, but then if she has new putty, it is usually on Friday evenings. That's really the two primary putties that I'm using now, and I also use Randa's. I hadn't bought anything from Randa's Crafty Corner in a while, but that's because I have so much in my stash of hers. I'm definitely more going towards the putty. I really do not use, well, I shouldn't say really, I never use the wax that comes with kits. I just don't like them. I never have liked the wax. So I like the putty, and I also like glue dots. So that's pretty much what I use. I do like special pins, though. I'm getting a really nice collection. I've got to keep up with where I'm getting the pins from. That's kind of a problem that I've been having. It's like, okay, I love this pin. Where do I get it from? So I need to store my pins where I can easily just determine where my pins are coming from, I can easily tell on the trays. Because, you know, trays are made different. A lot of the trays have the creator, the name on them. That does help. But they're all made, you know, slightly different. So I can look and say, okay, I know exactly where this tray came from. And that makes it really nice. But with the pins, sometimes it's hard because they can all be similar. It's just to turn them and how it was turned, the type of filament, and I'm having a hard time with that. All right, let's see. I've got these X's. I could do those, but I'm not feeling that right now. Trying to get some of the darker colors done. Let's go with up here. I want to make sure you guys can still see okay. And these, the two that I'm going to be working on next. One to me looks like a 3-leaf clover, and then the other one, to me, I call it the mushroom, but it's hard to tell on the sticker which one is which. So I have to, and they're almost the same color too. So I guess if I got them mixed up, it really wouldn't hurt so much. But so right now I'm doing the mushroom. Just over here. But then they also have what I call the 3-leaf clover next to it. So I'm just single placing these just for the fact that I want to make sure I'm getting it right. That's the only two symbols that I'm really having difficulty with. And if they were two different colors, it wouldn't be so bad, but they look the same on the canvas. They're the same color. To me, it's a grayish green. So you can't go by that to determine what to look for. But other than that, it's not the 100 colors. The symbols that are used are really good. I mean, they're easy to see, which is very nice. It's not confusing at all, except for these two. And you know what? It may just be me. More than likely, it probably is just me. Go over here to this section. I have another one there. As far as diamond painting, I'm going to continue working on this one in my WIP and chats. And I am going to make sure that I have one row done every week, if not more. I just couldn't quit working on this one this weekend. And I'm hoping to get more done on my mermaid. She is definitely, to me, that is summer vibes. I want to do something that's summerish. And so that one's my calming canvas. I'm working on that one, continuing working on that one, and then moving over into the Art and Soul, the owl, when I do get a chance. I don't plan on starting anything else for a while because I want to get these done unless I start on something that will go outside. I think I will go ahead. I'm going to do my at least one kit of diamond painting. Get one of my minis done, one set of the minis, and then from there I'll decide what I'm going to take outside. And the minis would be easier because I'm only out there for a couple of hours where I can diamond paint. Then it gets too dark, and then it's time to go to bed. So I think that the Paint Gym minis will definitely be good to put out there. And as far as what I have for this week scheduled, I do have an unboxing on Thursday. That's going to be from Paint Some Way. And on Saturday, and I've already started this one, I'm going to be doing my cross stitch conversion, which I'm so excited to get back to. I really have not been in the mood to work on that one, but one of the group members in my Crafty Diamond Facebook group, Robert, has been working on a diamond painting and has, I think, 8 panels, and it is turning out so pretty. And so he posts his updates in there for us. And I saw it this weekend. I thought, wow, that's making me want to work on mine. And I was going to work on it for a little bit. And of course, my tablet was completely dead. And I went ahead and charged it up. I worked on a few sections once it finally charged up. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start working on this one again. So I am doing a Saturday video where I am going to be working on that one and going through comments that is on my prior WIP and chats. And it's been a while since I have done that type of video. So that one may be longer. I'm not sure, for those of you that like the long videos. So that will definitely go out on Saturday. So that's a 3 that I planned for this week. I was doing 4 a week, and I have reduced it down to 3 a week, which I think that works better for me, to have the 3 done, and they'll give you guys something to listen to, but it also is not overwhelming for me to figure out what am I gonna do. I do have 2 completions that I need to do. That will not be this week. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be, but that's something that will be in the future. And I'll need to kit those down as well. I am going to stop here. I did not finish this entire section. I knew I wouldn't because it is a rather large section, but I will get this one completed hopefully today if I have the extra time. Those X's, I can definitely multi-place all of those. And then I have just a little bit at the bottom I need to work on that you guys can't see. But for the most part, that'll be done, and then I will be able to move up to above it, and then I will have another row completed. But I'm just loving how this one is turning out. Love the colors, and you are closer, so you do see some gaps because you're seeing through the light pad. But when I turn the light pad off, you cannot see it. So let me see if I can do that. Turn the light pad off. It's still really close. You can still see some light coming through, but I think that she turned out really, really pretty with the flowers. I love the flowers there, and I think this chicken is absolutely precious. Thanks so much for watching today. If you got this far, let's go with an emoji, either flowers or a chicken. I'm liking how others are doing the emojis. I think that's a lot of fun. And also feel free to post comments down below. I love reading the comments. I read all of them. I respond to all of them. And it just gives me so much joy to see those, and even to see the likes and to see how many that actually watch my videos. That is really fun as well. If you're not subscribed, would love for you to do so, to join our family and friends here. I think that you would like it here, and please click on that like button before you leave. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.